doesn't like free, right? Click on a challenge button and subscribe to my free 30-day real estate investing video challenge. Every day you'll get a video on how I built my business doing nearly a deal per day. It's 2.5 hours of industrial strength training. Hey, this is Peter Vekselman. So today I want to talk to you those that actually invest outside your own market. You know, whether you do it virtual investing or whether you have some satellite offices set up. I want to talk to you how to pick those markets. And the question that always gets asked of me is this. You know, when choosing to invest in different parts of the United States, what's more important? Is it the people or is it the market? And I think in the end, they're both important. And I think in the end, a lot of different people will argue for either one of those. Some people strictly chase the markets. Some people strictly chase the infrastructure or the people they have in those markets. Now, my contention, when everything is said and done, and from personal experience, there is a winner here, and that is people. I think it's more important to invest in markets where you have the right people than the markets themselves. So I want to give you a case study and something that we're actually involved with here and some of the results we're getting and why I make a statement like that. But beyond just this case study, I can give you numerous other examples where I've done investing in different parts of the country and still involved, and almost always across the board. Although we get excited about markets a lot of times, in the end, the ones that we become really successful with, the markets we become really successful in, are the ones where we have the right people involved. So let's talk about something that's happened here recently. A market that we're investing in right now in Jacksonville, Florida, and also one in Charleston. Now, when we started in Charleston, it actually could have been argued that we had the best chance here in the Charleston market. Because in the end, I started out with actually who became a really great friend of mine. His first name is Greg, and he is just a powerhouse in terms of the whole real estate industry. And when I started with him, I felt super duper about the market, and I felt extremely good about the individual I started with. Now, here's what started happening. Because Greg is such a powerhouse in real estate, in the end, he really didn't have the time himself to invest in terms of working with us directly. So he appointed another guy, and I'll use the word A. His name was Adam. So Adam basically became our infrastructure there, our people, or our link to everything we were doing there. Then we started in Jacksonville some time back, and when we started in Jacksonville, Julie literally made a random phone call to an agency in Jacksonville and literally got a random agent who we knew nothing about, and his name is Ken. So outside looking in, we started out in pretty good, you know, what we would consider to be very good investment grade kind of markets, tremendous upside, you know, growth in them, good weather in them, the kind of things that you're looking for in terms of investors wanting to do deals. Super top of the line guy we started here, ended up with just one of his individuals here, a totally random guy. So here's in the end what started happening. In the end, it became very apparent to us over a couple months, Adam was not up for the job. As good as this market was, and we had tremendous, I think we ultimately got up to 18 deals that we had on the table here. In the end, we closed very few of them. So the reality of the situation is we were putting deals on a table, but because of the individual who was in charge of our infrastructure there, remember, not the market, but the individual that was in charge of our market there, in the end, we could now look at this market, this Charleston experience, and pretty much call it an unsuccessful venture, okay? And I would say 100%, zero to do with the facts in Charleston, 100% zero to do with our individual here. Now, let's go back to Jacksonville. Same type of market, very similar conditions, very similar price points, but random individual. We literally called them out of the blue. Interestingly enough, Ken became an absolute superstar. An absolute superstar. Ken, although was not familiar with our model, did whatever he had to do to familiarize himself with the model, stayed up days and nights, worked his rear end off, and in the end, I think from the first 18 deals that we put in front of Ken, I think something like 10 plus we ended up doing. See, it's very apparent that a lot of parallels could be drawn among everything we did here. The only thing really different is the people we started with. And I could, and in the end, we're absolutely kicking butt right now, continue to kick butt in our Florida market, and pretty much out of this market, not because we don't like the market, but because we ended up being with the wrong individual there. So when you're choosing markets, what do you go with? Do you go with the market, the geographical location, how many properties are selling there, what price points do you have? I think those are all important. I mean, look, if you're going to be doing rental kind of properties, you probably want to be at a price point where rentals make sense. If you want to be retail kind of deals, you want to be at a price point or with an inventory that the market is able to sustain retail kind of deals. But in the end, my contention is very, very simple. In the end, people is what's going to make you or break you in satellite markets, or if you're doing virtual type of investing. In my experience, and I can give you examples like this all day long from my personal investing and other people that I know, focus on the people. Focus on developing the right people in your satellite offices or in your satellite locations or in deals that you're doing across the United States. If you develop the right kind of people, the market actually becomes almost secondary because all your focus is on those people. I hope that makes sense. Hey, you guys know what we do here. We do a ton of deals, and I have a one-on-one coaching program where I coach people just like you to help become very, very successful real estate investors. So if you're a buyer or you know other buyers literally all over the world that are looking for deals in a Georgia market, specifically concentrated towards Atlanta, you need to be on our buyers list. By now, you'll see my email scrolling across the screen. Send me an email. Just say, add me to the buyers list. And on a daily basis, you're going to get some terrific, both ROI and equity-driven deals emailed right directly to you. The other thing, if you're looking to become a successful investor, whether you're brand new, just getting started, or whether you're doing it already and you're looking to be a bigger, more sophisticated, more savvy investor, I know I could help you do that. Again, you could either send me an email to learn more about my one-on-one coaching program, or better yet, right below this video, there's a link, coachingbypeter.com. You can go straight there and learn more about how I could help you become very successful in this industry.